This is my thinking out loud assignment for interpreting theory and practice for 50. I'm just going to skip through some of this because it's about 20 minutes long and this video can only be about 10. I feel that I start off pretty confident in most of my videos. hmm The beginning of the video when it talks about eye color, hair color, all those like more basic signs, um, I'm pretty confident in those, and there's not a whole lot of mess ups that I can tell. Um, I do think I'm going to start wearing more brown instead of black because I feel like the black, I have a black background a lot of the times, but it just pops more against my skin tone. The black I feel like is it's like a lot to look at and almost makes me look washed out, but this color scheme is better. Um, I don't know if that's relevant. I feel like it is because it's a recording video. Um, the sign for security, I really struggle with that in this section here. It's for social security. I don't know if it was just spelled out or if I'm supposed to use like guard or like lock or something like that. I also couldn't remember the sign for lock, so that was frustrating, and you could tell like visibly frustrated. My thinking face looks like I'm rolling my eyes a little bit. So I think I need to think more about what I'm thinking and do more of just like looking forward or just something like that instead of like up and then down because it looks like I'm just, it doesn't look very professional. I also notice sometimes when I'm thinking I go like this and I like do things with my hands, but like I don't want people to think that's a sign. So maybe trying not to do that and just like holding my hands together so I don't do anything and like process it first. Sometimes I'll start to fingerspell something and then I'll realize that I actually know the sign for it. So I'll like do a letter or two and then I'll actually sign the word. I do that in English too sometimes. If I can't remember the word, I'll start spelling it out loud and then I remember the word. So I wonder if that's like correlated. I really struggled with this last year of moving from side to side to change like subject. And I noticed I'm doing a lot better with it. So there's a positive feedback for myself. I feel like I give myself a lot of negatives, so good to give the occasional positive. I do want to look up the sign for veteran. I think it's just fingerspelled, but I for some reason feel like there's like an actual sign for it. So there's a few things that I want to write down and look up again. I notice I start the video off reading the entire section and then I will interpret it. But if the section is too long, I'll just start interpreting it and then I'll get lost in the middle of it. And I really need to commit to like reading the whole section and then interpreting it so I actually have all the information so I can relay it the correct way. Because a lot of the times it'll say, like, oh, like 2 years ago, did you like what was your medical history? And like the 2 years needs to go first, and sometimes it's at the end. Um, so really just trying to remember that and processing that because you can tell when I do it. You can tell when I'm like reading and thinking about it and then just winging it. I think there's a time and a place for winging it, but this is not the time or place. But that's okay. We're learning. The sign for Asian. I totally forgot that sign. You look that up. There's a lot of things like a lot of I feel like my problems um are not so much the grammar all the time, but just the fact that I'm like not remembering certain signs. And I think that next time I can read through the document. I read through it, but I think I was like, oh, I know the sign for that. I didn't like go through it like and sign it once. And I should have read through it once, read through it and signed it and then recorded it. That way that if I had any like, oh, I don't know actually the sign for that, I could have looked it up. Um because I'm on my own. I think if it was with a team, like hopefully somebody would be there to help me out. I would still do research, but because there's like a script given, basically I should have done better to work with the script essentially. On the parts where they talk about donating money, genuinely confused. Are you supposed to say like the place first and then be like, do you want to donate here? Or do you say it like, this place needs donations and do you want to donate to them? Or do you be like, how much money do you want to donate? Like the order of that, does that matter? Um, I just, I don't, I feel like it does, but it also doesn't. I think it's one of those that can go either way, but I also am not sure. So I need to look into that. I feel like I'm like missing things. I feel like I'm not being critical enough. I'm only being like, oh, this sign is wrong or oh, this like word structure is kind of wrong. Um, I feel like there's probably like 100 other things that I could improve on that I don't see. Um, but yeah. Mouthing the words. I mouth every word. It's kind of a lot. I don't know why I did that. I feel like I don't always mouth all the words. Um, yeah, I don't love that. I don't love that for me. Definitely something I want to work on because like there's like certain signs that you're not supposed to say the word. There's like a mouth morpheme that goes with it. Um, I can't find the example right now, but I just noticed that I've been doing that. Um, like pressure, like just going like that instead of going pressure. It's not necessary to say the word. I don't know if there's a way to hide it or if this is just like a demand that can't be controlled, or if it just comes with practice. But when I get worked up like over not knowing the answer perfectly, which will never happen, you can like visibly tell that I getting frustrated with myself. I like breathe like with my whole body instead of just like a it's like it's very obvious that I'm overworked in that moment. Um, and also in my face, I get kind of like panicky. I'm like, and like I purse my lips and stuff, and I don't know if controlling that comes with time, or if that's just something that I do and that doesn't get controlled. I think maybe noticing it is a good first step, and I can try to work on it over time. Other than that, there's probably things I'm not seeing, but I would say I did a fairly decent job. I'd give myself a passing grade. I don't know if I'd give myself like an A. Maybe like a B minus or a C plus. C for effort. um, yeah. It's consistent. My signs seem pretty fluid. So that's a positive. Except for at the end. We're struggling at the end. But that's because there's those big chunking paragraphs. And that's where I should have read it before um, going into it. But yeah, that's my thinking out loud. Thanks for listening.